Couldn't decide on an opening song from Epidemic Sound, so went with this. Hello, I'm Marc and this is 10 Lightroom tips that every beginner should learn. Today's video is all about finding out those little secrets that everybody else seems to know but you've been left out of the loop. Like a fat kid at football practice, like a brunette at the Playboy mansion. But no more! Today I'm taking you under my wing and into the know. You shall go to the ball, Cinderella. You shall. That being said, let's dive into tip number 1. Okay, so first up, have you ever been editing a photo and you want to see the progress you've made? You want to see where you've came from? I used to hit the reset button, which was ridiculous, and then have to press Ctrl-Z to go back to my edit. And then I found out that you can press backslash on your keyboard and it'll show you exactly where you started from, and then you can just go back to your edit. Let's have a look at it. As you can see, I've got my edit in front of me. I'm pressing backslash on the keyboard. You can either click it once and then click it again to go back to your edit, or you can hold backslash down to view your original image and then let go when you're ready to return to your edit. Much less complicated, and I find if you're editing like this, it allows you to keep the vision that you had for the image in the first place by going back to the original, seeing where you came from, and then seeing where your edit is. If you want to go one better than the backslash button, ladies and gentlemen, we have Y. Yes, absolutely. You can view the original image and your edit side by side as you go through the process. I prefer this to the backslash button because you don't have to keep pressing the button to go back and forwards. Your original image and your edited image are just side by side all the way through your edit. Something that was really handy when I first started editing Lightroom was auto-tone. I still use it now I'm more experienced because it's a good starting off point. Lightroom judges where your exposure should be, your contrast, your highlights, your blacks, your whites, and from there, if you don't think it's right, you can move your sliders around and create the image the way you want it. So what do we need to do to get auto-tone set up? All you need to do is come to the basic section in Lightroom. Where it says tone, look to your right, you'll see the auto button, click that. And that'll tell Lightroom to change all of these sliders to where it thinks they should be, and then you can go from there if you don't think it's right. Okay, we have a little bonus tip for you ladies and gentlemen, that's right, concerning auto-tone. If you don't want all of those sliders to move at the same time by pressing auto-tone, you just want one of the sliders to go on auto mode, come down to which slider you want, let's say it's the highlights, hold in shift on your keyboard and double click on the slider, and there you go. Highlights changes, everything else stays the same. We're all winners. Okay, another little piece of genius from Lightroom in terms of the auto stakes is level. If your image is at a Dutch angle but you don't want it to be, you want to straighten that horizon up, you could spend time rotating it and trying to judge it yourself, but Lightroom has a button to do this for you. So all you want to do is come down to transform, and there it is, level. Click that, you can see your image straightens out pretty much perfectly. I find this very rarely goes wrong, it's a really handy tool. Okay, next up for all you movie lovers, we have cinema mode, or at least that's what I like to call it. What you're going to want to do is hit L on your keyboard, and that's going to black out the area around your image so you can concentrate solely on your image. If you hit L once, it's going to fade out to about 75%. Hit L again, it'll take it right up to 100% if you want to completely isolate your image. Then just hit L again to turn off cinema mode. Now, a fundamental of editing photos is that you don't want to blow out your highlights, and at the same time you don't want to dip those blacks down so much that you lose all the detail in your image. So with this in mind, let's go ahead and hit J on our keyboards. As you can see, any overexposed areas will be highlighted in red, and any underexposed areas, if we drop it back down, will be highlighted in blue. This is really handy because the human eye doesn't always pick up on these little overexposed areas and underexposed areas, so it's great that Lightroom has your back on this one. Virtual copies, you ask? Mark, good sir, tell me, what in the world are virtual copies? I'm going to tell you right now. Say you edit your photo up all nice, you're loving it, but you think, I could do something different with that photo, but I don't want to lose the edit I've just made. Well, simply come down to your photo at the bottom of the screen, move on up to create virtual copy, click that, and there you go, a virtual copy. Reset it to the original, you can edit it again, you can do whatever you want with it, and you can make as many virtual copies as you need. It can be a hard life trying to sort out all of those bangers from the other bangers and the bangers you want to put in your banger gallery. So Lightroom has a little function to sort those out for you. When you're in the library section, simply highlight on the image that you want to score. Give it a 5 for 5 stars, a 1 for 1 star, or if you're feeling meh about it, maybe give it a 3. That's going to allow you to sort out the bangers from the ones that don't quite make the cut. So say you want to reset a specific panel in Lightroom. You don't want to reset everything. You don't want to reset just one slider. You don't want to reset everything about the image, but you want to reset one specific panel. For example, let's reset the tone section. We want to hold Alt on our keyboard or Option if you're on a Mac, and you'll see that unlocks the reset tone. Simply click that and it'll reset all the sliders in the tone section. You probably used the crop overlay section by now, but I bet you didn't know when you click on crop overlay and press O on your keyboard, you can cycle through different grid options. You can see cycling through, you've got the rule of thirds option, you can even go through to the golden ratio option, which nobody really understands. If you do, let me know in the comments. And there you go, 10 tips that'll have you looking like a Lightroom pro in no time. If you enjoyed the video and found it useful, hit the like button, caress my subscribe button, poke my bell, and most of all, get out there and show them your stuff. I'll see you in the next one.